Hi everyone, I'd like to speak to you about something that many of our customers ask us about: why Goodyear welted shoes tend to weigh on the heavier side of general shoes that are available in the market today, such as sneakers or other leather shoes made of flake construction or cemented construction. Well, the simple fact that there is more materials that go into making the shoe. We've got an insole that is 4.5 millimeters thick, made of leather. We've got cork between that and the outsole, which is another 3.54 millimeters thick. There is upper material that's made of leather. The lining itself is made of leather. So all this kind of adds up to the weight of the shoe. Now, people have certain misgivings about heavy shoes, so to speak. Here's what I think, and it really depends upon your experiences with the shoes, but more often than not, I find that people simply tend to kind of repeat what they've heard, that heavier shoes are painful or heavier shoes are not so comfortable. I'd like you to try to think of this with an open mind, perhaps even give it a shot. So here's what I think about heavy shoes. It really isn't that heavy. When we're talking about, let's say, a sneaker to a leather shoe, we're talking of a weight difference of a couple of 100 grams. Now, a couple of 100 grams for a man or a lady who's weighing, let's say, in my case, 65 to 70 kilos, that 200 grams of extra weight on your shoe really doesn't matter. What matters is the extra comfort and stability and structure that you get with that extra 200 grams on your one feet, 200 grams perhaps on the other feet. It depends. I mean, 200 is not a number to get fixated on. The point here is that it's really in the grams we're talking about. Now, when you wear that leather shoe, which is supposedly heavier, you don't really feel the heaviness. If you're used to wearing something lightweight or perhaps open footwear for most of your life, and then you're moving into a pair of Goodyear welted shoes, or for that matter shoes at all, sure, you're going to start to feel the difference when you're making that transition. But once you have made the transition, which takes a little bit of time perhaps, the comfort that you get with the heavier shoe, so to speak, is that extra, the structure that it kind of gives to your feet. It takes off the pain from your feet, kind of transfers it down to the ground. The weight of your body gets more evenly distributed to the ground, and all that extra kind of hardness, stiffness around the shoe, it just adds more flexibility. The kind of parallel I draw to wearing softer shoes, lighter shoes versus heavier and more structured shoes is something like this. If you were to walk on sand, which is softer, it's nice to walk for a short while. Let's say you go for a short walk on the beach, but if you were to try to run on sand, that's usually quite difficult. It's because the ground beneath you is kind of soft, it's moving around. That's what happens when you wear sports shoes. If you're having a high impact sport, let's say like tennis or something, where you're moving around quite a bit, you need that extra cushion at the bottom. But if you're simply wearing shoes for the whole day, you don't need to have that extra softness at the bottom. If anything, it could actually be detrimental, in that having more harder surface at the bottom of your feet is more important, because it gives more stability to your body. Your knees, your joints have to work lesser to keep you more stable and straight when you're walking and standing, wearing footwear. So that extra weight that we're talking about, that's what it's doing. It's giving you more structure, more kind of stability that you need throughout the day, and it all adds up to better feet health. So that's my 2 cents on why the extra 200 or so grams does not matter as much. If it even matters, I believe it's on the positive side of things. Now, there are certain people that have certain conditions, feet conditions or medical conditions. I cannot speak for that, and sure, in those circumstances you might need a different kind of footwear. A hard insole or something that's heavier might not be suitable for you. Obviously, I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about a general populace where you don't have feet problems or any kind of medical conditions, and it's simply an idea of what you think is comfortable versus what people have told around you that heavier shoes are uncomfortable or difficult to wear. I don't think so. Let me know what you think, not what you've heard, but if you've experienced wearing leather shoes. I've had great stories from clients who have tried to do this transition, and after a few months they say it's a game changer, especially for people who are wearing footwear throughout the day. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you.